Hi guys. I just thought I would do ooh. Ooh. Voodoo in blue. Back off. Oh, looks kind of scary. Let's see. So anyways, I was saying I was going to do just a quick little daily read for us all. Then we got Marie Masquerade, Glamour, Intrigue, Drama. I guess the card was intriguing since I like blew it out for like a couple minutes there. And then the Pink Lotus. And I'm going to do one more. Angel of Alchemy, Miracle. So let's see what these guys have to say. So, your Angel of Alchemy. I am here to help make a miraculous shift in your body and your health. Whether you have an injury or an illness, or simply feel ill at ease within the form you currently have, I am the Angel of Alchemy, and I can show you how to change your current experience of physicality. I stand here and have done so for many thousands of years. I have seen the fear and guilt of others. I have seen the fear of infection, the anguish of pain, and the despair at life seeming to end. But I am here with you now to show you how to create health and strength, and how to stop being so frightened of growing older and having times when your body will challenge you. All will be well, and this will pass. This form is just one of many you will create. Let me show you how to live anew with love and health. There may be a health challenge for you at the present time, regardless of what you or one dear to you may be experiencing. It is time to ask yourself, what would I do if I knew I had a short time to live on this planet? Then begin to take action on these plans. Because the beautiful thing about looking deeply into the human fear of death is this examination of mortality will create an exquisite sense of being alive now. And you will reprioritize, and you will begin to shape your life in new and meaningful ways. Once you see that time, in the sense of bodily life, can be short, do not hesitate. Take action now on changing what can be changed. When you receive this card, you're about to turn a corner with a health challenge. The current situation has actually served you in many ways. It brought your focus back to what is truly valuable in your life and made you aware of areas of neglect. You can now move forward with a refreshed set of priorities that are based in something very real. The Angel of Alchemy encourages you to make your healing, either your own or that of someone close to you, the top priority. And so there's lots of different things that I think of when I, especially when I hear the message. First of all, of course, leaving it the last thing, like if you have anyone around you, for me personally, like I have the most amazing mom in the entire world, but sometimes, she does more than she probably should. And we've been talking about that, actually, funny enough, not really, but the last few days, just that, sometimes you get so caught up in what you don't even realize is kind of just like a crappy routine that, it goes beyond, or it gets to the point where you take and you take it and then you blow up, right? Because everyone gets so stressed. And I think it's important to look around your environment and see, can I help somebody with something? Is there something that I can be doing to, maybe ease someone that's sick around you. I remember when my father-in-law was doing chemo and he was by himself, and I used to go and I used to just sit beside him, and he used to talk to me and tell me like the most amazing stories while looking out the window. Sometimes it's just the little things that you do for someone that you don't even realize you're doing for them, sit and have a chat. But that also includes, opening up. So I think that brings it to the first part of, if you knew you were going to die, say you had 30 days to live, what would you do in those 30 days? Like, genuinely. If, you know, I mean, you can dream about it in the sense of like if there were no restrictions, but I mean in real life, right now, if you found out that you didn't have long to live, what would you do? And right now, with the means that you have, how would you make that happen? Right? And if you can come up with something, then there's no reason that you're not doing it, right? Sometimes life is just like, that stress where you let it build and you let it build and you let it build. And I think that one of the reasons that I started this channel is because I am constantly growing and changing, and I think that I have a way to show other people how to grow and change and maybe get a different perspective on life. And I'd love a different, I'm always open to hearing the other side of things. It's one of those things where you kind of almost, for me, have to be away from everything because you can, see all sides of everything. So, oh, that was weird. If you have somebody around you right now, check in on them. If you haven't checked in on a while, especially if it's a relative, sometimes we get caught up in everyday life. To circle back to, my mom being the amazing person that she is, we get so caught up that you don't even really realize we're all doing these, little things. I'm here, you're, and it's just, you don't realize that sometimes it's like, we were like, how come we're together all day, but we never actually like sit down and like, chat, little things like that. People in this 3D body aren't here forever. And when we come back, you may remember somebody in a feeling kind of way, which would be, I guess, hard to grasp if you were energy. But I think energy is a lot of different things that make it. And I think that thinking something and having an association with it, or a feeling or a thought or something with it, I think that draws you. I'm so sorry, I don't mean to be all like spacey, it's just I keep getting these different like things. So I just want to show you the card again and show you. So you see how it's all dark and then there's kind of like light and it's miracle. I just got like, don't believe that you or anybody around you has to wait for another lifetime or another opportunity. Yes, the universe absolutely presents us with opportunities, but sometimes it's also, a lesson to create an opportunity for yourself. It goes back to how authentic are you being with yourself? Are you happy? When was the last time you called your mom or dad and said, hey, how are you? When did the dishes for your wife instead of watching her do them, or took the kids out for a bit just to hang out with them? We have to just check into life sometimes. So I'm going on and on about, I just feel like, yeah, that's really important sometimes. When you think something and it's that that aha moment, don't sit on it. Do something about it. Don't let life pass you by. 43. Okay. Take time to grow plants or tend a vegetable, a veggie patch, or a herb garden. Look into contributing some money or time or devotion to a cause for the green world. If anybody wants me to contribute to that cause, no, I'm just kidding. The natural forests and the wide spaces of the planet need your healing, kind, and tending hand to heart now. Your influence will have great power. Make a donation to a wildlife foundation for the green world. Yeah, do it, guys. If you can, absolutely do that. We need our planet. It's mother. If you are a good person that has a decent relationship with your mother, you love your mom. So, we got to take care of her. It's just something that we need to, we still have a lot of rehabilitation to do before we can go where we need to go. So we need Earth. You know what I mean? Establish a groove or visiting a forest. Offer your energetic support and prayers for a world where green spaces thrive and where the wild creatures of the green woods continue to live in their own environment. See the visual world where green things grow, and the fairy of the green world will know that nature is safe while there are ones such as you in the world. It is time for growth, for abundance, for the earth element to find its way true and strong in your beautiful life. Eat organic food, go raw, detox. Find a water source and cleanse it. Be more self-sustaining and step away from the unnatural system and join with the natural energies of the planet and the galaxy. Yeah, I think that's it. So yeah, I think that we all just need to, simplify again. I think that as a world, we live beyond our means. We could just as easily, it's either or or like see. Oh man, we get things from China and we get things from Timbuktu, but we could just as easily support our local farmers and grow things in our own backyards. And I think that something that's missing here is, I feel like it's family time. We look back on certain things and it's awesome that we've come so far as a people, but sometimes the further you get the further you get from the past and the higher up, you sometimes lose sight of what got you there, and you lose your foundation. And if you are, if you're a building that's losing its foundation, I mean, you're going to crumble eventually, right? So you can keep building on top, but, it's like Jenga, just one piece and who knows what's going to fall down, right? So, connect with whatever you connect with. I think that it would be silly to say there's not something outside of ourselves, because I think it's natural to look to something more, so whatever that is for you, that's okay. I just feel very strongly that whatever it is should make you feel really good. It shouldn't restrict you. If it's telling you not to do something that you very strongly feel like, what am I trying to say so that because I'm not saying like if you strongly feel like you need to stab somebody, like, dude, follow. No, don't do that. Don't stab anybody. Maybe is that why I pulled it? No, I'm just kidding. Don't stab anybody. It's finding your spirituality, but also making sure that you're getting something out of it. You're growing. For me, I'm all about growth. I think that anything is worth going through in life if you can get the lesson in it. And even for myself, there are things that I knew before I kind of went through it. But you see a preview you see a preview of a movie, and even if the movie doesn't look the greatest, it's what's on and that's what you're going to see, and there was something in it that intrigued you, so you go. And that's kind of the same thing. It's like, or it's the same thing as telling somebody something again and again and again, and then they finally go through it and you're like, right? Because everybody's on their own journey and they get things how they get things when they get things, right? So you can have all the information in the world and still, every piece to the puzzle, and if you're missing even one, that puzzle's not done. And I think life is all about, collecting those pieces. So find some time to meditate, and, some quiet time to think. Maybe think about, I don't know. I just went back to the miracle, because she had the light coming from her head. Yeah, definitely take some time to think, maybe some quiet time, and, really, why don't we read these other two cards and then I can stop stumbling over everything. It's so ridiculous. So this is the glamour and intrigue. Let's see. Okay. There is gossip and intrigue around a person you admire and wish to be like in some way. This person, has need of a true friend and not the need of an admirer. This card can come up when you experience jealousy and envy of those you feel are undeservingly more successful and beloved than you. The message is to focus on your own hard work and to create your own style. If you are the subject of such gossip, know that you cannot control what is said about you. Live your life and move through this with grace. The phone just buzzed, so that might be something that's definitely, move through life with grace. Don't be a jerk. I have a show with a cactus that says, don't be a prick. When Marie Masquerade comes up, there are some people around you who want to befriend another, but simply for the influence. It is not coming from the heart, and despite her beauty and success, anyone in Marie's position needs a true friend. Look inside and see if you have attempted to network instead of befriend. Know the difference. Do not keep false friends, fair weather friends. Be true to your own vision as opposed to what is currently fashionable and considered desirable, creating rather than following. I think this is so important, and it goes along with what I was saying of being your authentic self. Just because you admire someone, just because you want to be like, someone else, like we all have or have had, maybe, I don't know, I've had a lot of friends who seemed like they were really good friends to me, but then they were copying me, and it was, everyone says, oh, copying is the greatest form of flattery, but it didn't feel that way to me, because I think flattery is the greatest form of flattery. It's the same thing as the food being without our means when we can grow it in our backyard. It's we hate on everything that everybody else is that we don't think we are, but we also don't do anything to, I can hate on her for being skinny, but when was the last time I worked out? And, do I watch what I eat? You know what I mean? It's unfair to send daggers at anybody that's doing well. And the sooner you learn that, the sooner, life comes around to your side. In life, you are going to have people that look at you, and the second they look at you, they do not like you. And they say psychology actually says that when you see something that automatically, strikes you, it's actually something in yourself that you normally fear, that you don't like, that you see in that person. And that's very interesting. So I encourage you, the next time you kind of get irked by somebody, what is it that irks you? Because I believe that there are people that, you don't get along with everybody. That's fair enough to say, for lots of different reasons, but you don't normally hate or let people get under your skin. So if someone's getting under your skin, or you see somebody go that, why that, whatever, I don't know. For me personally, I definitely get people that hate on me, which is sad because I don't feel like they actually know me. It's just like this image that they've created. You never know what character you're playing in someone's story. Well, this is my movie and I choose what I am, and I, get to do things like make videos now that I can express myself, and you can choose to, you know, get it from the source or listen to somebody else. But if you're mad at me for being me, why? And so if someone's like that with you, if you're trying to grow, if you're trying to change, and they're like, because when you are making big changes, or any changes really, it's something that takes time. And yeah, I mean, it can feel a little bit like, the phrase fake it till you make it. It's not that you're faking it in the sense of it's not real to you. It's, it's sort of acting until it feels good. It's training. You're training yourself. So maybe train it till you make it. Don't fake it, because faking it means that you have no intentions of ever getting to that place. It's like calling and saying you're going to be there in 5 minutes, but you're never going to leave the house, and you're probably never going to talk to that person again. Like, it's that kind of a thing. So, just keep that in mind. Try and be authentic with people. You're not going to like everybody. Everybody's not going to like you, but listen to your gut and listen to your instinct. And if you're acting like that to somebody, why? Work on yourself. Get you up. You're awesome. Don't worry about what somebody else is doing. Like, you could, if it's something you want to do it. Don't sit there and, yeah, because especially with this one being next, back off. When you are in a position where you want to change and grow and there's gossip around, that can be very challenging. And it's easy to say, oh, who cares what people, who cares what people think? And well, that's all fine and dandy, and eventually you do get to that spot. But when you're not at that spot, I want to, you want to find a way that's not going to destroy where you are too. You know what I mean? Because you're trying to build something right now in yourself. If that's, I don't know why I'm saying, but that must, if you're trying to build something right now in yourself, and you have everybody around you pushing you and pushing your buttons, and it's so much easier to go fuck it and go back to what everybody says you are. But all that is conditioning. We've been so conditioned in this life that even our own instinct, we fight against it. So we need to learn how to let that go and not fight against it. The more authentic you are, I'm not saying don't think before you talk, although it's really fun because sometimes you're just like, okay, where did that come from? Surprise yourself sometimes. Have fun. Voodoo goes. You are doing so well right now that you may begin to attract some attention from people who are quite simply opportunistic. And you are being kind and wishing to help, and so I'm going to step in and give you a very clear warning. I don't mind if I look like the bad guy. What matters is that you get the message. Time to do a little stay away magic. And while I won't be sending them bad thoughts, after all, there are no pins in my voodoo doll. You, if you take my advice, won't be asking them to come around for tea anytime soon. Your feelings are right on this one. You know what to do. Don't get involved. Don't get bullied. You may have to snarl too, a little, to get them to stay away. You need someone to back off and give you space. You are not liking them. You are not welcoming them. And you need to be very clear and straight about that, despite all your desires to be a loving and lovely person. Detach from whatever it is that's giving you so much, grief, by asking whatever and whomever it is that's irritating you, draining you, or pushing your buttons to leave you be for the moment. Be respectful and kind, yet cool at first. But if your good intentions are mistaken for a new invitation, be very clear and say away. Stop being so nice when you send that sends very mixed messages. It's banishing time. So I think I'm going to wrap this up by saying very clearly, speak your mind as nice as you can, but if nice doesn't, and I've been on both sides of these equations, I embarrassingly have been the person that's not taken the hint, and sometimes you just got to take the hint and go do your own thing. So check the people around you, listen to yourself, find some meditation time, tell people to back off if you have to, say it nicely, and then say it like you need to. Namaste, guys.